Morning, kindergarten. I hope that everyone had a great weekend. I had an awesome weekend. It was so beautiful outside. So we spent a lot of time outside together as a family, and it was really nice. So I hope everybody is ready. This is kind of like our last week of our regular at-home learning. And then next week, we have a couple of fun things planned that I'll tell you more about later in the week. But it's almost summer vacation. Can you believe it? I can't believe that kindergarten is almost done already. And soon you'll be first graders. That's pretty exciting. All right, so I'm here with our Magic Treehouse book, Mummies in the Morning. Last week, we finished off the week by reading chapter 8. And in chapter 8, Jack and Annie had found the mummy, if you remember, and they gave her the scroll, the Book of the Dead. And then Annie seemed like she had kind of gotten a little scared. So she left, and then Jack was trying to find her. And eventually he found her, but it sounded like she was a little lost because she had gone down one of those kind of fake passageways that looked like it was a real passageway in the pyramid, but it was the false passages. So if there were any tomb robbers in there, they would kind of get tricked. So Jack found Annie, which is great. And at the very end of the chapter, though, they were talking about how to go out the right hallway and get out the right door. But then they had heard a creaking noise, and they looked up the stairs and they saw the door that they needed start to shut. And then it said a deep sound rumbled in the distance, and all the torches went out. So that means all the lights went out and they were totally in the dark. And that's how the chapter ended. So chapter 9 is called Follow the Leader. It was pitch dark. What happened? Asked Annie. I don't know. Something weird, said Jack. We have to get out of here fast. Push against the door. Good idea, said Annie in a small voice. They felt their way through the darkness to the top of the stairs. Don't worry, everything's going to be okay, said Jack. He was trying to stay calm. Of course, said Annie. They leaned against the wooden door and pushed. It wouldn't budge. They pushed harder. No use. Jack took a deep breath. It was getting harder to breathe and harder to stay calm. What can we do? Asked Annie. Just rest a moment, said Jack, panting. His heart was pounding as he tried to see through the darkness. Maybe we should start down the hall, he said. Maybe we'll eventually come to an exit. He wasn't sure about that, but they had no choice. Come on, he said, feel the wall. Jack felt the stone wall as he climbed slowly down the stairs. Annie followed. Jack started down the dark hallway. It was impossible to see anything, but he kept going, taking one step at a time, moving his hands along the wall. He went right around a corner. He went around another corner. He came to some stairs. He went up. There was a door. He pushed against it. Annie pushed too. This door wouldn't budge either. Was this the same door they had started at? It was no use. They were trapped. Annie took his hand in the dark. She squeezed it. They stood together at the top of the stairs, listening to the silence. Meow. Oh man, Jack whispered. He's back, said Annie. Meow. Follow him, cried Jack. He's going away from us. They started down the dark hallway, following the cat's meow. Hands against the wall, Jack and Annie stumbled through the darkness. Meow. So there's that black cat again. And now they're trying to follow the cat in the dark, thinking that maybe the cat will lead them out. This is the first time I think I've really seen Annie kind of scared too. She's usually pretty brave. They followed the sound all the way through the winding hallway, down, 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 around one corner, then another and another. Finally, they saw a light at the end of the tunnel. They rushed forward, out into the bright sunlight. Yay! Annie shouted. But Jack was thinking. Annie, he said, how did we get out of the false passage? The cat, said Annie. But how could the cat do it? Asked Jack. Magic, said Annie. Jack frowned. But look, said Annie. She pointed. The cat was bounding away over the sand. Thank you, called Annie. Thanks, Jack shouted at the cat. His black tail waved. Then he disappeared in the shimmering waves of heat. Jack looked toward the palm trees. At the top of one sat the treehouse, like a bird's nest. Time to go home, Jack said. He and Annie set off for the palm trees. It was a long, hot walk back. At last, Annie grabbed onto the rope ladder, then Jack. Once they were inside the treehouse, Jack reached for the book about Pennsylvania. Just then, he heard a rumbling sound, the same sound they had heard in the pyramid. Look, Annie said, pointing out the window. Jack looked. A boat was beside the pyramid. It was gliding over the sand, like a boat sailing over the sea. Then it faded away into the distance. Was it just a mirage? Or was the ghost queen finally on her way to the next life? Home, Jack, whispered Annie. Jack opened the Pennsylvania book. He pointed to the picture of Frog Creek. I wish we could go home, he said. The wind began to blow. The leaves began to shake. The wind blew harder. It whistled louder. The treehouse started to spin. It spun faster and faster. Then everything was still, absolutely silent. So there's the picture of, here's the pyramid, there's the boat they saw, and if you look up here, there's the treehouse on the top of that palm tree where Jack and Annie are looking out. So they're wondering, was that a mirage? Were they just imagining that boat? Or was it the ghost queen actually moving on to the next life like she had wanted to? And that's the end of the chapter. Chapter 10 we'll read tomorrow. And chapter 10 is the last chapter in the book, and it's called Another Clue. So I wonder if they make it back home to Pennsylvania. I think they do, because that's usually how these books go. But we will find out tomorrow, and I wonder what they mean by another clue. Maybe another clue for whose treehouse it is. Seems like in every book they're finding something out about who has that magic treehouse. We'll find out tomorrow, guys. Have a great day. Bye.